Okay, I think we're here. We're live.
שומר, שומר ישראל, שומר, שומר ישראל, שמו שארית ישראל, שמו שארית ישראל, והיובל, והיובל, והיובל ישראל, האומרים שמע ישראל. Na 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 na. Wherever you are, sing for Israel. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. שומר, שומר ישראל, שומר, שומר ישראל, שמו שארית ישראל, שמו שארית ישראל, והיובל, והיובל, והיובל ישראל, אומרים שמע ישראל, האומרים שמע ישראל, האומרים שמע ישראל, האומרים שמע ישראל, האומרים שמע ישראל. So beautiful. ידי נפש אב הרחמן, נשוך עבדך אל רצונך. ידי נפש אב הרחמן, נשוך עבדך אל רצונך. ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל, ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל, ישתחווה מול הדרך, כי ערב לא ידיד אותך, מנוף עצוב וחות העם, כי ערב לא ידיד אותך, מנוף עצוב וחות העם. אדוני זיו העולם, נפשי חולת אהבתך. אדוני זיו העולם, נפשי חולת אהבתך. אנא אלנה בפנה לה, אנא אלנה בפנה לה, והרומה נועם זיווה, אז תתחזק ותתרפא, והייתה לך שפחת עולם, אז תתחזק ותתרפא, והייתה לך זבחת עולם. ותקיימו בחמך וחוסנה רבנו הבך. ותקיימו בחמך וחוסנה רבנו הבך. כי זה כמה נקסוף נקסף, כי זה כמה נקסוף נקסף. ליבון ותפארת וזך, אנא אלי מחמד ליבי. הושענא ואל תתעלם, אנא אלי מחמד ליבי. הושענא ואל תתעלם. הגלנה ופרוס חביב עלי את סוכת שלומך. הגלנה ופרוס חביב עלי את סוכת שלומך. תאיר ארץ מכבודך, תאיר ארץ מכבודך. נגילה ונשמחה בך, מהר אהוב כי במועד. וכונני כמי עולם, מהר אהוב כי במועד. וכונני כמי עולם. יא נה 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 נה, יא נה 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 נה, יא נה 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 נה, יא נה נה נה, יא נה 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 נה נה נה.
Beautiful. I want to welcome everybody here. I see more than 100 screens are tuned in with us from all over the country. If it is still not Shabbat where you are and it's your practice, would love for you to write into the chat so we'll have a record of all of the people who have come to join us from CBI and from other communities to be together for this night. I want to just thank from the depths of me, Neshama Carlebach and her son Micah, wonderful musician accompanying her, for reaching out yesterday, for picking up the phone and saying, I need people to sing with and need to offer some light in this incredibly dark time. And you are a bright blaze of light across the sky, Neshama. And it's just an honor for both Cantor, Amy, and I to be in your presence and to experience your song. Thank you. Thank you. This has been such a heavy week to carry for those of us who work as clergy and in the congregation and for everybody, but to have the feeling of an assist, that really feels like it matters so much. Somebody who rides in to help us bring in Shabbat at this impossible time. I was standing outside just a few moments ago saying thank you to police officers from Tustin Police Department who spent much of the day being here to be extra eyes on our preschool kids and on our community. And two of the three officers who were standing outside were faces that I remembered from July 22nd, when the peace of our Shabbat at CBI was shattered by a swatting call by somebody claiming to be here to do us harm. And we were sent running into the parking lot, and the sergeant who was standing outside was the sergeant who stood next to me and who kept me calm so that I could try my very best to keep others calm. And the other was the drone pilot, who was the one who confirmed that there was nobody really physically here and that we were safe, in fact. And it just took me back to that shattered Shabbat and this unbelievably shattered Shabbat that happened last week on a scale that is unimaginable. So much loss of life, so much brutality, so much joy that was meant to be on Shabbat and Simchat Torah extinguished in a second and replaced by the deepest, darkest, most awful brutal piece of what humans are capable of doing to each other. And it seems to me that after our little community had its Shabbat smashed, and now after our big Jewish community around the world had its last Shabbat smashed, the way that you re-sanctify is by coming back together on the next Shabbat, and by singing deeper, and by feeling more, and by holding each other, and by insisting that Shabbat cannot become impure, that Shabbat is immune to impurity, that the worst that the world can throw at us can't take away our capacity to gather and to pray and to breathe. And so to these two extraordinary prayer leaders, to my always partner, Cantor Amy, and to my soul sister, Neshama, thank you for bringing us beauty and light and calm as we re-sanctify Shabbat for ourselves and insist that can't be taken away. We're going to work our way through the Psalms of the weekday, starting with Psalm 95. If you're following in a prayer book, if you're in Lev Shalem, we're on page 11.
So Neshama, our custom here is we start and we finish this psalm responsively. So are you okay with that?
Oh yeah.
All right, so here we go. You repeat after me.
L'chune ranena, l'Adonai, l'Adonai, Navia, Litzu Yishenu, Nekad Mafanav, Betoda, Bizmirot, Nari alone, Lechune Ranina Ladonai, Nari Alitzu Yishenu, Nekad Mafana Betoda, Bizmirot, Nari alone, Lechune Ranina Ladonai, Nari Alitzu Yishenu, Nekad Mafana Betoda, Bizmirot, Nari alone. Ki Gadol Adonai, Umal Gadol Kol Elohim, Asher Biyado Mechkari Haaretz, V'torafot Harim Lo, Asher Lo Hayam V'hu Asahu, V'yabesh et Yadav Yatzaru, Bo Nishtachave V'nichra, Nivracha Livnei Adonai Useinu, Lechune Ranina Ladonai, Nari Alitzu Yishenu, Nekad Mafana Betoda, Bizmirot, Nari alone, Lechune Ranina Ladonai, Nari Alitzu Yishenu, Nekad Mafana Betoda, Bizmirot, Nari alone. Ki hu Eloheinu, V'anachnu amarito v'tzon yado, Hayom im b'kolo tishma'u, Al takshu levavchem kimriva, Ki yom masak b'midbar, Asher nisuni avotechem, B'chanuni gam rofo li, Lechune ranina ladonai, Nari Alitzu Yishenu, Nekad Mafana Betoda, Bizmirot, Nari alone, Lechune Ranina Ladonai, Nari Alitzu Yishenu, Nekad Mafana Betoda, Bizmirot, Nari alone.
And we'll close this last bit of the psalm together, so you'll repeat after me.
Arbaim Shana, Akud Bedor, Va'omar, Am Toy Levav Hey, והם לא ידעו דרכי. And I'll do this last bit. אשר נשבעתי בפי, אם יבואון על מנוחתי.
שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו בגויים כבודו בכל נפלאותיו, גדול אדוני
just thinking about the way in which in spaces of prayer, space doesn't mean anything and time doesn't mean anything. Space doesn't mean anything because Neshama is singing in New York and Cantor Amy is singing here in Orange County. And because Zoom isn't there yet to allow the voices to blend, the only one who gets to hear the harmonies is the Kaddish Baruch Hu, is God gets to be in both places and hear the voices come together. And in God's eyes, the space falls away. And the way in which time doesn't mean anything, in which Neshama, you can sing the melodies of your father, and they're played by the hands of your son, and you stand as the bridge in between, and time stops meaning anything at all, and all the generations sing together. Thank you for collapsing space and time and allowing the harmonies to meet in Shemayim and allowing all of those who daven with us to be with us. We're going to skip ahead to Psalm 29, the Psalm for Shabbat.
מזמור לדוד, הבו לאדוני בני אלים, קודש, קול אדוני על המים, אל הכבוד הרים.
אדוני על מים רבים, קול אדוני בכוח, קול אדוני בהדר, קול אדוני שובר ארזים, וישבר אדוני את עזי לבנון, ויכיתם כמו עגל.
לבנון וציון כמו בן רמי, היי קול אדוני חוצב להבות אש, קול אדוני יכיל מדבר, יכיל אדוני מדבר קדש, קול אדוני יכול לעלות.
ויחשוף יעלות, ובהיכלו כולו מכבוד, אדוני למבול ישב וישב, אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. ניי 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 הו ניי 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 ניי
If you're following along with us in Siddur Lev Shalem, we're turning over to page 22. This prayer that we sometimes daven just before L'chadodi, Ana B'koach.
Ana B'koach, Gedulat Yamincha, Tatir Zerura, Kabel Rinat Amicha, Sagvenu Torenu Nora, Nagibur Dorshei Chudecha, Kevavat Shomerei, Barchim Taurim Rachamei, Tzidkatecha Tamid Komleim, Chasin Kadosh Berov Tulecha, Nahel Adatecha, Yachid Ga'eh Lamcha Penei, Zochre Kadushatecha, Shabbatenu Kabel Ushma Tzakatenu, Yodea Talumo, Baruch Shem Kivod Machuto, Leolam Vaed. Ya na 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 na, ya na na na, ya na na na, ya na na na, ya na na, ya na na, ya na na na, ya na na na.
I learned from Rabbi Feigelson, who learned it, Neshama, from your father, that there are two worlds. There's the world you see with your eyes open and the world you see with your eyes shut. And the world that we see with our eyes open this week has been monstrous, has been too much. And I have had such trouble, and I know that both of you and all of you joining us have had such trouble closing our eyes, to looking away for a second, just up at 2 and 3 in the morning, scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and looking for something. The Chadodi invites us to see a world with our eyes closed, to see a world in which Shabbos, personified as a bride, is gliding towards us, to open the door and to not see anybody there with our open eyes, but with our closed eyes, to see her presence come and be with us. And there's a world maybe that we can see with our closed eyes that's better than the one that we see with our open one. A world in which it doesn't always have to be this way. A world in which we find somehow, some way to crawl out of the madness and towards some more redeemed future. And so in this prayer, which invites us to close our eyes and to see something beautiful coming to us that we can't see with our eyes open, invite us to sing L'Chadodi, and to, at least for some point, close our eyes and to see a better world coming towards us, even if we can't yet see it with our eyes open.
L'Chadodi לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה שמעו וזכור בדיבורך השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשמו תפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוך סוף מעשה במחר שבת הילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה מקדש מלך עם מלוכה קומי שעיר מתוך אפיך רב לך שבט בעמך הבקע לכו יחמול עלייך חמלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה
היו לשיסה רוזה יברך הקוקו מבלעיר יסיס עלי אלוהי גמזות חטא הקלה לך דודי לקראת בשמחה ובצרה, תוך אמוני עם שכולם בואי חלה, בואי חלה לבד דודי, הולי קרקע בני שבת נקבל. Wherever you are, sing it loud. Na 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 na
Micah, that guitar playing, man. It's
Right?
beautiful. It's so great. So great. Man, this is fun. We're moving to Psalm 92. This melody comes from Tel Aviv, from Beit Tefillah Israeli. מזמור שיר יום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר יום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. מזמור שיר ביום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. צדיק התמר יפרח, כארז ברבנון ישגה. שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו. עוד ינובון בשיבה, דשנים ורעננים יהיו. להגיד כי ישר אדוני, צורי ולא עוולת בו. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. We'll finish with the last psalm of Kabbalah Shabbat. Adonai malach geut lavish, lavish Adonai os hitazar. Avtikon tevel bantimot, nachon kisacha meaz meolam ata. Naseu naharot Adonai, naseu naharot kolam.
יישאו נהרות דוח ים מכל עוד מים רבים אדירים משברי ים אדיר במרום אדוני עדותיך נאמנו מאוד לביתך נא בקודש אדוני לאורך ימים.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that Kabbalat Shabbat. We've been bringing all the Rebbes because we need everybody we can get. We've brought Reb Shlomo, we've brought Reb Mimi, and I want to bring another Rabbi Sharon Brous, who was the rabbi who met you at Neshama under the chuppah with Menachem, and it's an important teacher to me. And I was listening to her on NPR this afternoon, being interviewed by Ari Shapiro, the Middle East correspondent for National NPR, interviewing her and an imam. And Ari asked them each, what is the text that they were holding on to this week? And Rab Sharon reminded me of a text I actually talked about last year on Yom Kippur that I love, a rabbinic Midrash on the story of creation that we're going to read tomorrow. That when Adam and Eve were born on the evening of the sixth day, like every newborn thing, they fell asleep immediately and they missed the first night of their existence. And they woke up and it was already Shabbos, and they lived the first day of Shabbos, and it was beautiful. And then as the day started to go on and the sun started to sink lower in the sky, they started to panic. They started to panic because they'd never seen the sunset before, and they'd never felt the darkness and the cold coming in before, and they thought that the world was unmaking itself before their eyes. And the Midrash imagines Adam and Eve clinging to each other in the face of the darkness. And that's certainly what we have been doing with one another over this week. We have been clinging to each other. We've been holding each other and holding each other up. And the extraordinary gatherings which have been happening, I'm sure they're happening in extraordinary form in New York, where you are, Neshama, but even here in Little Orange County, 1,500 people together on Tuesday night, and on Sunday night, just quickly organized other hundreds of people. We are holding each other in the face of this just monstrous darkness, this feeling of our world unmaking itself. But the Midrash goes on to imagine that just as the darkness really starts to fully overtake them, Adam reaches down and finds at his feet, or I like to believe Chava finds it and hands it to him, a flint, two flints, two stones. And he somehow, by intuition, by instinct, starts to bang them together, and off from the flints start to fly holy sparks, little tiny bits of light to repel the darkness. And they make the first Havdalah that way, with the first flame pushing back the dark that has engulfed our people, has engulfed Israel, has engulfed the world in the last 6 days, is tremendous, and it's monstrous, and it feels like the world unmaking itself. And I have to believe that the sparks that we throw up, even if they're not able to fully repel that darkness, they're not able to bring back the 1,000, 1,300, unimaginable number that we've lost, that the only thing that we can do in the face of the darkness is to put out sparks, is to put out little bits of light, and to count on everybody doing that, and count on everybody banging our flints together bringing our voices, writing our posts, reaching out to each other and comforting each other, offering each other hugs and love, of people who had felt themselves disconnected to Israel, reconnecting themselves in the way that family comes together when it's under threat, and people reconnecting to their Judaism in a deeper and richer way. People calling me all through the week saying, what can I do to add just a little bit of light? And I have to believe that matters. I have to believe that those sparks somehow come together and somehow help us to repel the darkness. And so in this moment, when we acknowledge that the darkness is real, we do what we have always done in its face, what has kept our people alive for 3,000 years. We make sparks. Cantor, Amy, and I led a service, an assembly for our littlest kids on Wednesday, and one little girl, my first grader, second grader, raises her hand and says, I'm hoping that the Jewish people survive. I'm hoping that we survive. And there's not a lot that I can say for sure this week, but I felt like I could say for sure. I could look her in the eye and say, we will survive. We will survive even this, because we always have. And the way that we get there is by putting out love and by putting out prayer and by making light that we can walk by. Thank you, Neshama. Thank you, Cantor Amy. Thank you, Micah. Thank you to the 128 screens, probably 200 or 300 people who were all together with us making light. We need every bit that we can get. And in that spirit of putting out light, we're going to offer, I think, a prayer for healing, for peace. I'll turn it to Neshama.
Thank you for your beautiful words. I needed that, my friend. I needed that. This is for peace. This is for hope. This is for the world not unmaking itself. This is for all of us standing together, and for our sparks, our love, our children, and for surviving.
Shalom Roma, hu yasa shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'yimru amen. Kol zeh shalom Roma, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'yimru amen. Na 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 na. Ve'al
we're going to take this moment as a virtual minion spread out around the country, perhaps further, to offer Kaddish, for our individual loved ones who we remember. This week in our community, we buried Mike Nadelson, who always sat 3 rows from the back on the left side and who has a reserve chair there for forever. We say Kaddish for all of the dead, a testimony that their lives mattered and that we continue to remember them. In particular, I'm offering Kaddish in the merit of Ben Shimoni, the cousin of Karen and Brad, members in our community, parents of a preschooler. Ben, who was at the music festival, who got out safely and then took his car and turned back around to try to save others and died a hero for all of the unimaginable, for Ben, for each and every one of them. We offer Kaddish to say that people die, but love doesn't. Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemeraba.
Amen.
Yalma divrach yirite, yamlich malchute. V'chayechon uvyamechon, v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. V'agala uvizman kari v'imru.
Amen.
And Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach, Lam Mei Maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei de Kudisha.
Brichel.
Le'ilah min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiran v'yalma v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei Shalom Rabba min Shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'al kol yoshvei tevel. V'yimru.
Amen.
May the one who makes peace on high make peace, please God, the people of Israel, for all who are in danger, for all of us. Please God, make it a more peaceful world and teach us how to be part of making it a more peaceful world.
Amen.
Song. Thank you for being here. Unbelievable gift. Thank you, Micah. You are extraordinarily talented. Can't wait to continue to hear your music. Cantor, thank you as always.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashamet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Vo'achem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. What a treat, Neshama, to be together. And Micah, what a treat.
A gift. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rabbi.
May it be a Shabbat of peace for all of us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being with us. We'll be together. Those of us who are able to be together, we'll be together tomorrow morning and continue in the spirit of the family, caring for each other. I see some of you in the chat who are even up in Los Angeles. You're more than welcome to come on down and join us down here in Orange County. And I see people spread out around the country. Wherever you are, I hope that you gather tomorrow. I hope that you hold your people close. I hope we continue to hold